So we have pulled a new car into the garage. Have we finished the old projects? Absolutely not. So this car here, I already kind of went into it and I pulled a lot of stuff off of it. So if you guys don't know what car this is a 2015? I think it's a 2015 Honda Accord. And what is our plans for this? Our plans for this car is windshield class. And what do I mean by windshield? I mean factory bumpers front, factory bumpers rear, no cage. We can have a cage. This is not getting a cage. We can leave the windshield, but I'm probably gonna take it out because the rules do state if the windshield gets too cracked, they're gonna DQ you. So the windshield is probably gonna come out. We've already taken out the headlights and most of the front end plastics. This was in a small ditched event where it got put into the ditch this winter. So the front bumper is a little tweaked up and the rad support is smashed in. I don't think it has coolant in it, but the motor does run good. So we're going to probably put a different radiator in it or loop the lines, not 100% sure. We're gonna take out the passenger seat, the rear seats, all the windows, airbags, leave the radio so that way we can jam out to the tunes. And we cannot tuck the trunk. We cannot do anything like that. I don't even think we can run a header, so the factory catalytics might stay on. But you know what the catch is I'm not derbying this thing. I know this is gonna sound stupid, guys. And you know, I've been building all these cars that I'm not running. The Eddie's running the Flex, Steven's running the Envoy. I guess I'm doing the Schaumburg car. I'm gonna be running this, but this one right here, my buddy's coming up from the USA and he tells me it's been one of his dreams to run a car here in Canada. So he's getting this car built for him. And he told me he's really good with Camrys and he's really good with Accords, but for windshield class and no bumper swaps, he said he wanted an Accord. So he said he wanted like a 92 Accord. I said 92 Accords don't really exist up here in Canada. He's like, I want a 95. I was like, they don't exist up here in Canada. He's like, 98? No. 01? No. 98? I was like, no. How about a 14? And he's like, I'll take the 2014. So this one right here is a different car than I've ever derbied before. And it's got an Earth Dreams motor in it. So I imagine there's going to be a lot of electrical that is going to get upset. What I found out with the little bit of research I did on this engine, there's a fuel pump in the tank and then there's a fuel pump on the motor. So I think this is a direct injected engine. I don't know.
I think so. If it's got a high pressure.
I think it's a direct injected one, like Steven's saying. So my plan is to pretty much just move as much wiring as I can. I think the wiring is going to be the death of this car. And
it doesn't look that bad.
No, the struts are good. The struts are like Mazda 3 looking struts.
No, the wiring.
Oh, the wiring doesn't look bad. I see what you're saying. Oh, does it do the Honda trick? It does the Honda trick.
That's not that bad, the fuse box back here.
I think the fuse box is out of the way. I think we're gonna need to keep all this mass airflow, so we're probably gonna cut the air box open, so then that way it's a little bit better. And then we have a wiring harness that goes in front here that looks like it can be pulled through.
You're gonna have to cut this out. I wonder if we can fail that math, just the one wire, before you even go out.
So Steven's already coming up with electrical ideas on this. I don't know what that means, but it sounds like it's good.
You can't put it on. It's part of the HP tuner stuff. Because if I fail the MAF sensor but leave the air temp,
Yeah.
it'll default off of the MAF and run on like a VE map, so it won't shut down. Oh, we could just test it. You just go back here, take one of the non-fucking... It'll be not one of those two, it'll be one of those three. And just go ding. And
So
if it runs like... Oh.
I imagine that Steven's going to be looking into this electrical system after he seems intrigued. So this right here is an engine that, like I said, is completely new to us in the derby world. This looks like the high pressure fuel pump right there. It's got a metal line, that usually means high pressure. Oh,
That's it.
That's her right there.
They're noisy as fuck, so they're always underneath the rubber cover. Then they die out because the fuel's supposed to cool them, but
Fuel doesn't?
not really. Yeah.
So stick with us, guys. We're going to be stripping this car, and then, yeah, hopefully you guys stick with us and build it. We're going to build it too. Well, guys, I went to bed last night, and this car had windows in it. It had the interior in it. It had everything underneath the hood. And I guess those damn Derby fairies came back and finished off this car. Now, this is a windshield class car, so it is very stock. But I can't believe how good those Derby fairies have been to us lately. But what was done to it? So, radiator's been gone. It's now been looped. The airbox has been cut out and shortened. Fuel line's been hooked up. Radiator and air conditioning are gone.
Not really much, man.
No, honestly, there's
not much up front on this car. It's new.
Yeah, this is a 2014 Earth Power Accord. So it actually has a high, oh, there's glass in my hand. There's a high pressure fuel pump on the motor. This is my first time running a direct injected car. Well, I'm not running it. A different guy is. But this will be my first time building a direct injected car. A little different. Wiring inside of here has been super simple. Airbags came out half decent. Shifter, we're still gonna screw around with the shifter a bit because it still has the safety lockout. Trunk has been closed, but we're gonna probably get all the wiring out of the trunk. Fuel tank, we're actually running a Camry pump in this car. So Camry runs everything. And I don't know. I think it's been built pretty quick, pretty easy. Not been a whole lot of issues. There's still some things that we have to do, like we got to build one more dirt bike tire for the front of it, and like I said, clean up some wiring, and then throw a ratchet strap around the seat and tie the door shut. But honestly, it's been a pretty easy build. These newer cars, I pretty much took everything apart with the interior with my bare hands. I used I think a 12 mil and a 10 mil to take out the rear seats. Door panels, I just ripped those off. Windows, how did those come out, Steven?
Okay. Side windows, easy as pie. Front and rear, the front pissed me off.
So, side windows came out easy. The front ones are glued in pretty good, but like, honestly, everything on these cars is just...
I'm actually not too upset with these new cars. Like, it seems like 2013 and newer, the wiring actually gets simpler.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys could hear that, but he says 2013 and newer cars, wiring gets simpler. I have the microphone on, I'm sorry.
It's very easy,
Yeah. But like, everything on these cars just like fell out of it. Like, I didn't use pretty much any tools for any of the interior. But we'll have to see how it does in the Derby world. I mean, if it's easy to build and it does good, then it might be worth trying to find another one. But if it's easy to build and it falls apart, not worth building another one.
If it doesn't shut off though when it wins, it might be worth it.
Yeah.
Like those old Civics.
Yeah, old Civics, like, they didn't give a rat's ass.
No, folded in half, but they'd win.
Yeah. You'd get one run out of an old Civic and then it would just be completely folded. Steven's gonna shove this pickaxe through the hood. Do you think he's gonna hit anything important?
No, I put a block there.
Goes through, hits valve cover. Oh my God, it went right into the valve cover.
Shit.
He missed, don't worry. This is the one thing I really love about windshield cars. Do you wanna move the block? Don't hit the camera.
That one didn't work as good. I should have moved the block.
Yeah, we should have moved the block. Let's move the block. I'll hold the hood, you move the block.
All right, sounds good.
The rad support in this car is actually pretty yeah, it's pretty beefy, and the frame actually looks pretty beefy.
I think guy's gonna be hitting with the side rails and the rad cradle.
There's a lot of metal in the front of this. See if you put it in there and you wiggle it. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
There we go. That's probably fine.
Yeah, make that hole so much bigger.
Right? Ready to settle down, I hear.
Yeah. Yeah. But what do you guys think? How do you think this 2014 Honda Accord is going to do? I think the crumple zones are going to come into effect. I think the front of it is going to bend. The back of it, I find the backs in new cars are completely different than what they used to be. But Honda Accords are not really known to be...
Rollover safety laws. That's why. The rear sills got way bigger for rollover safety.
But like the old Accords, like even all the way up to like 04, Accords back ends are tissue paper.
Really bad. I don't know. It looks kind of the same as the old one.
I'd really like to see...
Rebar.
No, rotted?
It fell off, man.
Oh, rotted. It'd be really cool to see how this car does. What do you guys think this car is going to do? It's going to be ran in June, so leave your comments on how you think it's going to do. Who knows, this video might be up after the Derby. I don't know, there's lots of videos to come. Lots of build videos on the Cavaliers, Ford Flexes, Camrys.
We'll find stuff. There'll be a lot of windshield cars this year, I think.
Yeah, windshield's definitely taken over Ontario. I like it because they're easy to build. And I pretty much come across cars these days like crazy, so the rules for Ontario safeties are changing, so people are just like, take this car now. So we'll have to see. Even this being 2014, it wouldn't have passed the safety.
Nope. I think it was too rotten.
I think it was too rotted as well.
And it being punched in the front, they wouldn't have liked that.
No, they would not have liked that. But thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you back here later. We'll come back to this Accord. And the driver, yet to be announced.
I said his name.
No, you just said a guy.
Oh yeah, a guy.
Yeah.